I'm Aline. Since I'm a child, I'm completely obsessed with one question, which is, what is reality? And I think from the beginning I knew that what reality is just an interpretation of the real. When I was a child, I was drawing all the time. And I know that that's where I discovered that imagination opened new eyes. In fact, if you imagine something, it changes the way you perceive what is reality. I'm completely dyslexic, so I discovered that one day when I heard a teacher of mine who said, there is no smoke without fire. And I thought, well, there is no fire without smoke. And that's, in fact, the interest of knowing that being dyslexic is not only putting the world upside down, it's also understanding that truth is, in fact, just is a proto-truth. There is always another truth, which is almost the reverse. So that's where I started to understand that probably vision creates reality and not reality, not the reverse. It's time maybe for us to reverse the saying from St. Thomas, which is, I only believe what I see. In fact, we know it's false. People don't see what they don't believe. If they don't believe in climate change, for example, they won't see it. So what I'm thinking is that we have to see first and then create next. The future we imagine, for me, is really the cause of the present. I think that's what I wanted to believe when I was a child, but now we know it's true. We know that physics has proven it. The future as we imagine it is the cause of the present. So who I am is, I'm passionate by those questions, and my passion became my job, in fact. It's helping people build a creative agency, as we say, which is the capacity to see and think differently and continually and purposefully change the way they make meaning of the world. So I'll say a word about Jean-Louis and I. As a team, we have been working together for the past 20 years plus, as we say. And we used a baseline to describe what we do, which is shifts in minds for shifts in action, just to indicate that we are fascinated by the way we make decisions based on our perceptions, which themselves are, in fact, a representation or a creative construction of reality. In fact, it's not a creative reconstruction. It might be a very non-creative reconstruction sometimes, which means that our perceptions might be what we call maps of the world, and those maps are not always very creative, but they are stories we tell ourselves, and those stories lead to decisions, and we know that 90% of mistakes are due to mistake in perceptions. That's where we started to think that maybe we have to build the future on better decisions based on expanded perspectives rather than just see the surface of things. And that's what we have been dedicating our lives for the past 20 years plus. It's having conversations with people who help them make deep changes in the way they see and think, and work on the art of reperception, as we say, which is change the way they see. I would say 4 movements, basically, the way they see and be able to see with fresh eyes rather than just download all the bits of thoughts. The way they sense and are able to detect things that are unfamiliar, needs that are new, see things from the field. The 3rd movement is the way they seize things creatively. What do they do? How do they create something original and pertinent from what they have seen and sense? And this is where creativity as such is all about. And then the way they shape. So how do they transform those ideas into something else? So this is about our ideas that words themselves have to be revisited. Like innovation seems to be I wouldn't say a bullshit word, but it's a word so much used nowadays that we have to be careful that we don't make a misuse of this word and make more of the same within the same paradigm. So we used to be in innovation and creative thinking is the basic of innovation. Without creative thinking, there is nothing such as innovation. So we moved conversation together, Jean-Louis and I, towards something else, which I'll tell you about in a minute, which is Shapership.